Welcome back to the shop. I'm about to start on the Turbo R6 project. And as in, part one of the video, I mentioned that the next step I probably was gonna do is gonna be taking off the exhaust. And I may take off the air box or just whatever. I mean, I don't really have no set plan, but right now I'm just gonna go over, I want to take the exhaust off and the air box off so it can kind of give me some perspective of how I can get some measurements and figure out how we're gonna route this thing. So yeah, let's get started with that. All right, so what I was thinking, which may or may not, I mean, I guess it could work. I was thinking of maybe utilizing the stock, let me move this out the way. They're utilizing the stock exhaust manifold, but I need to find out if this is, I'm pretty sure this is stainless. Because if that's the case, I may be able to just cut these and then down here cut them like at an angle and then weld up all of these pieces together and then creating a turbo flange. But honestly, that may be more work than just creating them all from the beginning. Let's use the ZX14 turbo manifold for example. This is typically what a turbo manifold looks like. You got your, just like how you would any exhaust, and then they just kind of swoop in together, and then you got a flange. And this flange here, this basically was where the turbo would get mounted on. So the exhaust come out of here, goes into the turbo to spool it up. So just doing a comparison, this is about how low it would go. But it also depends on the turbo size. Because obviously a bigger turbo is gonna, take up more room, and a smaller turbo is gonna take up less room. So I may try to figure out a turbo size that'll probably be the best for spool time and performance on this motor. And another thing is, like when you build an air box, like I wouldn't be able to build the air box as big as this box because this is pretty big and I will need somewhere for the piping to go. Well, unlike other bikes, they usually come with an inlet where air comes through on the side, and on this bike it don't. The air comes through directly, and then you probably can't see that due to the lighting, but that right there is the frame, if you can see it. And air just comes straight in through that frame, and then on the other side of that frame, it comes through here, and then the air gets into the air box. Well, with a turbo bike, you got to have an inlet, or you got to have the cold side piping running somewhere. And right now, I wouldn't be able to run it anywhere. There's no way to run it unless I did something down in the middle here, because if you take this off, it's like a big open area. And if I make the box smaller, then I should, in theory, be able to make a piping go straight down through here, and then somewhere over in here. So I might have to end up cutting the radiator some to allow some room. I don't know how this is going to work. This is going to be a big project, that's for sure, but it's going to be a fun project, and there's going to be a lot of stuff to be learned along the way. But let me give you an example. Look on the ZX14. It has an opening on the side. So on this particular bike, you just put your cold piping on here, and there's plenty of room to make it. But on this bike, it's a lot smaller, more compact, so it's not as much room to play with. But yeah, let's get started. Look how dirty this filter is. don't know if you can see that. Oh, you can really see it from this angle. Let's stain it off. Really good cleaning. I'm gonna show y'all, I guess, this is just a little stopping point. So this is where the throttle body is at. And I'm gonna take this whole little unit off, but this part right here is what I was referring to earlier in the video. The air comes through there, it comes through here, and it goes here. Well, with the turbo, it's gonna be pressurized air coming into the air intake. So I'm gonna have to find a way to, this is what I'm gonna have to work with. I'm gonna have to find a way to route some piping down through here. And I'm probably gonna have to move and make some custom stuff to make it work right, but in theory, I think this should work. So I'm just gonna make a box pretty much big enough to cover the throttle blades. And then I'm sure I'm gonna have to probably get rid of this variable velocity stacks. I don't know. I may be able to keep them. I'm not sure just how this will work under like high pressure though, you know what I'm saying? It may throw them out of whack. So we might have to take them off and just create just a stationary type setup. But yeah, let me finish going down a little further into this box, and then I can kind of give a better perspective of like how to do the measurements and stuff. Let's get back to it. So I got all the way down to the throttle bodies, and this is the area I was telling you guys about. Still need some more stuff I gotta take off. I gotta take out the AIS system, which is the air injection system. This is what you remove basically when people do block off plates. It removes this whole system right here, and then the plates go at the end of these things. But all this is gonna be removed. And this kind of gives you a perspective of the hole I'm talking about. So you see the radiators there, but with all this crap out the way, it should leave enough piping to go down through here to get to the turbo. You don't want the piping too small because it will become a restriction. All right, I'm back. I had got a phone call, so I cut off my video. All right, so when it comes to dropping the motor out of a bike, you have to be like really careful and pay attention to like everything, because you know, on such a small compact bike, there are so much different hoses and wires, and like there's stuff everywhere that's connected, and you have to literally unplug everything to get the motor down. And honestly, I'm not that far from being able to drop it. There's a few other there's a lot of steel wiring still hooked up, and obviously the exhaust is still on it, so I have to remove that. The radiator, get all the fluid out of it, you know, like little stuff like that, and then it's pretty much straightforward from there. I'm gonna drop the motor out, I'm gonna dissect everything, pull the head off of it, tear it apart, and get ready to build it. And then once I actually build the motor, I'm gonna put it back in here, and then that's when I can start like mocking up the other stuff. The airbox is here, so I can kind of use it as like a foundation to start the airbox that I'm gonna need. And then kind of just go from there. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a dope project. I'm excited. So we'll see what happens. All right, so I made some pretty good progress today, but I'm probably gonna end it on that note. So in the next episode, I'm probably gonna drop the exhaust off, and then I don't know. On the other, I still got like a lot of this. Just I'm probably gonna go ahead and take the radiator off on the next one, or well, no, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep just stripping the bike down, and then I'll just kind of make a determination from there. I appreciate y'all watching the video. Leave me a comment or something. You know, I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on the comment section and just respond to people. Once I get done, I actually even may make, maybe I may make a turbo kit. You never know. Tiger's Yamaha R6 turbo kit. I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting to see like the limits I can push on this bike and see what type of power it makes. Because I mean, I just think it's fun. I mean, I know a lot of people might be thinking like, well, why would you do that to a 600? Just get you a liter bike. I already got a liter bike. I don't have a turbo 600 though. But stay tuned for the episode 3, and just any support y'all can do, man. Whether it's leaving a comment, liking the video, or subscribing, it all helps. So I appreciate all the support, and let's see where we can take this project.